This doesn't happen very frequently, guys, but I couldn't learn this deck. So for today's video, I'm a little bit shameful, because this is probably the first Hearthstone deck since I believe Garrote Rogue that I don't believe I have played well at all, and it's just, of course it's a rogue deck. Of course it's a rogue deck that's going to bring me even more pain and suffering. But guess what? Apparently Donkey wasn't in pain and suffering when they were able to reach top 200 legend with the weirdest deck that I think that I've ever seen in this metagame, Vanndar Rogue. It does run ETC though, so that is a little bit of a bonus point for that, but oh my god, this has got to be the most difficult deck that I have played in this expansion because I couldn't win with it. I literally could not win with this deck as I am pulling up my stats real quick. I just straight up could not win with this deck. I went 1-9 with this list, although Donkey was able to go into top 200 legend with a 26 and 14 win rate. But why was I not able to do so well with this deck? Am I just bad at Rogue? Well, I am kind of wearing the hood of shame right now, but it's a little bit of two different situations. One, this deck is just not the greatest into the metagame at the moment, and two, this deck is just extremely dependent on Vandarr. And well, I guess Donkey was drawing Vandarr more often and getting the value out of this deck than me. And when I decided to ask Donkey about some ideas with this deck, it's like, hey, is there any big notes about the deck that you think should be in the video? He's like, yeah, drawing Vandarr is good and don't be too greedy. I think Donkey knows that this is kind of a meme deck as is, and he had a really good win rate on the first day of the new season. And I spectated them recently. And, well, they were playing Miracle Rogue, so maybe they don't believe in this deck anymore. But in case you guys want to play something goofy, this is a extremely goofy deck. And in some of the game clips coming up ahead, you'll see the potential of this deck. But I wasn't able to get a win with it on stream outside of that one Druid victory, where honestly it wasn't even worth showcasing because the Druid quite literally did nothing, and I played a big Edwin. So there's really nothing new to showcase there. But how exactly does this Vandarr Rogue even begin to work? The idea is very simple. Play Vandarr for 2 mana, and you can do this in a multitude of different ways. You can either do it by Shadow Stepping the Vandarr, which is debatably one of the worst ways to do it because you have to spend 4 mana and then commit an additional 2 mana, so that's a very slow way of doing it. The fastest way of being able to do this is by playing Prep with the Bone before you play a Vandarr on a minion, so that way on turn 2, you can immediately get the value out of that, but that's very dependent on what your mulligan is like. There's another way of being able to do it with the Scab's Hero card, obviously really late into the game, but sometimes it might be the thing to do, especially if you have, like, Prep Bone into Scabs on turn 6, and then you do Vandarr on turn 7 with the hero power. Depending on what's in your deck, maybe not too slow for that. And another way that you can potentially do this is with Scab's Cutter Butter, playing a 0 mana prep in order to get the combo with Scabs, and then you play your Vandarr for 1 mana, which will discount everything possible. And there's one other card that I was wondering if it was worth it or not, but I'm assuming that this just makes it into a worse Draka deck. But I was wondering, you know, what if we were to fit Draka in this deck? Because the whole point is to draw a lot. You draw a lot of cards in this deck, and it's not just because you run Edwin Defias Kingpin. You're also running your field contacts again. And I haven't even explained this concept yet, but why are we running the field contacts? Well, because when you play Vandarr, most of your cards, most of your minions are going to be 0 mana. So that is the goal of this deck. You discount your deck, and you go for a gigantic combo of doing 1 or 3 different things, kind of. It's mostly 1 or 2. But the ways that you win this game is by playing Bran with a gigantic traveling merchant board to where you make this minion into like a 15 attack minion. That's the reason why we don't care about the location in this deck, because it takes up valuable board space and you want the battle cries to be working with each other. You even got Sunflurry Clergy in order to give you the much needed healing that you will need in the game after you've played your Vandarr and you've done your setup turns, because trust me, you'll need a trade every now and again, and restoring health in Rogue is very undervalued at the moment, especially in this type of deck. You have Shroud in order to help you draw your combo pieces, but the other cards that are really important to combo with your Bran are Forensic Duster and Blade Master Okani. The way that you win with this deck, and I don't think I was able to really set this up, unfortunately, but there's a way that you can win where if you make like a big traveling merchant board and you're worried about like your opponent having answers, obviously you have the Forensic Duster in order to make their minions cost more, so if you're against like a Blood DK, they don't have like Soul Stealer, for example, can't really think of any other minion that just wipes out the board, so by turn 8, you're probably not going to be able to get the value of this card. But that is why Blade Master Okani can be a really useful tool in order to also counter a spell. So that way you're countering a minion, you're making their minions even more expensive, and then you make the next spell they play completely irrelevant. So they need like their third card to finally do something if you haven't disrupted their mana already. And keep in mind, you can do this as early as, I believe, turn 5, maybe turn 4, depending on the situation. And one thing that I really do like about this deck is how difficult this deck is. I guess it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, but I had such a headache trying to play this deck because of how many decisions that we had. When you don't have Vanndar, it feels like a terrible deck, I'm not gonna lie. But there were situations where it's like, I could have gotten myself out of some of these games if I knew what my next card was and if I knew what some of the random cards were. It's very much a hindsight deck, but I will admit this. It's very fun. It's actually a very fun deck. But unfortunately, with the record that I had with this deck and with how difficult this deck is, I am not recommending this. So you, YouTube viewer, if you make this deck, do your homework. Do your homework, watch someone else play it. I really don't know who else is playing it because I tried to find some stats on this deck and, well, it's absolutely nowhere. When I look up Rogue Vandarr decks, the only thing that pops up is a Garrote Rogue with a Vandarr in it, which I would also not recommend, but who knows? Maybe that's the better way of being able to play Vandarr at the moment, is just playing it in Garrote Rogue. But there are no stats on the deck. I really can't suggest a mulligan because, as you can clearly see, I did not do well with this deck. But I can tell you one thing right now. Just mulligan for Vandarr. Just mulligan for the Vandarr almost as strictly as you freaking can. Maybe you can keep Shroud, and maybe there's a possibility of keeping, like, Prep and Bone Spike, so that way you can get as early of Vandarr value as you can. But aside from that, this deck is very dependent on the Vandarr high roll, and if you just don't have it in hand, I don't see how you're going to win games. But let me go ahead and remove the Hood of Shame, as I have finally shown you guys how to play this deck properly. I think that this is a very fun deck, but again, it is not a deck to where you can actually take it to top 200 Legend. I believe, if Donkey, if you're watching this video right now and you believe this is a real deck, say something in the comments and, you know, say something to dismiss me, because I wanted this to be a real deck, guys. I really wanted this to be a real deck, and unfortunately, it just isn't. I don't think I can recommend anybody to play this deck unless you want to just have some fun against your friends. And one thing that I forgot to mention, the ETC band. What are the cards in it? It's Astalor, Spammy, and Theotar. The reason why these cards are in the ETC band is because Rogue has gone through this weird changes, have gone through some weird changes to where they just don't want Astalor in the main deck because it's not how you win games anymore. You don't win games by just playing a whole bunch of Astalors and your opponent just, you know, suffers against all of the damage that the 8-mana card can generate. You have other ways that you sometimes need to play, so that's why you have Spammy in the deck in order to remove, and in this particular deck, it's very important to sometimes have removal against aggro, so that way you can build up that gigantic board that is completely unkillable. And then Theotar for combo, obviously. There's really no other explanation for this card. But now that I've explained the ETC, that is actually everything for this deck. So if you guys enjoy all of this content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next video. Let's try this again. But can I get a game where I have Vandarr in my hand? See what I mean? See what I mean, dude? I keep getting the bone. Keep getting boned by this deck. Now look at the background. Alright, I don't need this right now. Oh, come on! Dude! Oh, my lord! This is the biggest bait deck in the world! I can't even do anything unless I want to play my bone. I don't want to waste just a bone on this and do nothing else. I at least need something here, man. Like, that would have been great. That would have been okay. That would have been okay if I had a prep, but... Alright, so I take the 2... Find me Vandarr? No? Could do this as draw again, but I'm gonna be taking way more damage than I want to take. Another Shroud. Alright, there he is. So now that I have this and the field contact, if I can make it to turn 6, things are looking pretty okay. And since this isn't attacking, maybe we can actually Make it to a point where we're healing instead. In fact, I could just heal on turn 6 instead as well. If only I had, like, a card to combo with this. So if I do this, Shadow Step it, I'm gonna be taking the damage, but, like, I at least get to start popping off next turn. I can maybe top deck a 0. No, oh my god, dude. Maybe I just do this so he can't do that much?
The culprit was not
It still doesn't do anything. It still doesn't actually do anything. Hits me for 7. Yeah, this is gotta be an unwinnable matchup, dude. Would be nice if Clark played a song from a Goofy movie. We all know the one. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen the Goofy movie in quite a long time, and it was a movie I never really watched. So hold on a movie. I'm gonna look up Goofy movie song, and hopefully I will be able to find it. I think I found it. I think I found it. Is it this one? Ayo! Alive? Alive? Maybe? Hold on a minute. Is this maybe winnable? Like, I could have done a play similar to this if I had prep earlier. Maybe the reason I'm losing is because I'm not mulliganing correctly. Jesus Christ! Come on!
and funnel cakes. Stone by stone, storm wind shall fall.
All's well that sun wills.
Who here can spell Zibajani? Anybody? It's quiet.
Pick me!
Too quiet.
This is so dumb, dude. We were finally doing something. We were finally doing something. Wait a minute, what? Wait, if I top deck prep.
Pick me!
Wait a minute, what?
Pick me! Pick me!
Come on, give me the prep. Wow, dude. I mean, this is an impressive board, but I'm probably dead, though. It's from a Goofy movie soundtrack. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead, aren't we? 3, 3, 5. That's literally just lethal on the board. But he has to go and disrespect me, and of course. Oh man, I do something really wacky, and my opponent has to throw down the emote playing the best deck in the game. Dude, painful. Finally, this might be the one. Please. I just need the bone now. Give me bone. Bone me, dude. This is the time to bone me. I'm giving you my consent. Let's go. Hold on. I have no idea. Alright, do I ever just prep out the shroud? I could do this into Ghostly Strike just to try and draw a little bit. I also could just hit this so it doesn't gain anything. That doesn't seem that bad. I think I like this a little bit. Okay. Just gonna make it a little bit easier to draw the bone. Oh my god, man. If he has the weapon, I'm gonna end up buffing that if I attack it. Oh my god, this is annoying. If I lose turn Rage Warrior, dude. If I lose turn Rage Warrior, it's time to hang this deck up, dude. It's time to hang it up. Okay, a little bit concerning. I finally got the Vanndar in the prep, but I didn't find the bone when I've been doing nothing but drawing bones. Yo, what's going on, Minikaz? Thank you for the 3 consecutive streams. Good to have you here, mate. But so my question, okay, I've only seen people like like, talk about the 3s. Like, is there like a 5 or like a 4 or like a 7 reward? I haven't seen anything about it. Okay, so I can at least knock this out. I can also knock out another taunt minion, but this is still alive, which is a problem. How am I gonna win the game then? I just win on board then if that's the case. So I need to get spammy. So I can, but if I hit spammy with this, oh my god, that's terrible though. Why does this feel so terrible? Top deck bone, let's go.
Put some gloves on.
Hey, this is terrible, dude. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I am having the worst time with this deck. It's like bashing your head against the wall just to realize that, like, there is no correct plays. There is nothing that you can do. You just have to know the sauce. If we're losing to Enraged Warrior, this has gotta be a bad deck. I have no idea what I'm even doing with this list. Am I getting unlucky? I can't tell. And now I feel extremely bad because if I would have waited. This is my pain, dude. This is what true pain looks like. Because, like, now I have to spammy. 1, 2, 3. This will deal damage to everything else. So it's only 1, 2. And, you know, it's probably school teacher instead of this as well. Oh, this is hurting my head. I'm alright. Dude. I know the theory, kind of. Theory is Vandar's the nuts because you have so many ways of being able to cheat it out, but what the hell's the mulligan? Alright, so hold on. Do I keep Scabs here because I have coin? Because if I draw Vandarr, I can coin Scabs into 2 mana Vandarr. Actually, no, into 1 mana Vandarr. Alright. Come on. Come on, dude. Let me get it. There we go. Alright. Alright. Hold on a minute. We've got a game. We might legitimately have a game. This is probably an aggro deck, which means I'm gonna have to fight for board as much as possible. On turn 4. Okay, it's Phylactery? It's Phylactery, maybe? Alright, alright. Here we go. Is all this frustration gonna be worth it? Let's find out. Stratven, 27, good to have you here, mate. Hope you're having a good time as I bang my head against this brick wall that we call playing complicated road decks. This is a challenge, to say the least. When does Clark HELLSCREAM lose his mind? That's the challenge. What? You think there's a Hearthstone challenge? No, this is a mental challenge. Logging into Hearthstone every day takes mental fortitude. All right, I have leveled up my mental capacity a lot playing card games. But every time I play Rogue, it shatters all my hard work. It shatters all my hard work. And it's kind of funny because, like, Rogue is like probably my 3rd or 4th most win with class. Okay, so I don't want to play the Shroud because I want to discount as many minions as possible. So we're gonna play the Duster to try and delay what he can do. Even though I doubt he's gonna play a minion. Such a good time. Just got the Yogg Champ achievement. Oh, is that the one where you kill your opponent with Oh My Yogg, the random paladin spell? Or is that where you actually kill people with the actual Yogg? So you're saying you're feeling mentally challenged. Yes, I am mentally challenging myself. Very accurate. Thank you for that. What's going on, France? Good to see you here, man. Whoa, hold on a minute. So now we do this like we wanted to. I can Shadow Step this. Yeah, I want to be able to do, like, brand combos.
Put some gloves on.
Alright, here we go. So if we make a really big board that he can't clear, we'll win the game, right? I don't really care about this, so we're probably going to do this into here. Board space is an issue. Do I ever just throw this out first? No, I want to play Bran. In fact, wait, I can do it this way instead.
It's quiet.
Here we
Like, I know this is, you know, filling up the board, but look at that. I want that minion. And if I find, like, a Shadow Step or something. Alright, there's another one. So I didn't find a Shadow Step. But this is still, you know, a 14-15 minion against, you know, Phylactery Warlock.
Put some gloves on.
What's the win con? Yes, the whole deck. The whole deck is the win con. It really changes, dude. It really depends on the matchup. You can go with Astalor with ETC. You can make a big Traveler by, like, this is turn 5, actually. Hold on a minute, this is turn 5. This is a turn 5 board. And he's probably going to be able to clear at least all the minions with 4 HP. So that is very sad news. But the win condition is just to make big board and then, like, you know, disrupt in some capacity. Sometimes disrupting can be really good. Although I think I might have been a little bit too greedy in this matchup. Maybe I was just supposed to play this and save the contact for after. Yep, and now this happens. Oh my god. I mean, 14 HP minion really good still. Hold on a minute. We're about to build. We're about to build. Wait a minute. What am I complaining for? Cold blood on that? It's not gonna have combo, so I don't think it's worth it.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Pick me!
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Wait a minute. Kidnap's pretty OP, isn't it? Like, Savory Delight would have been interesting, but this directly stops him from being able to play cards and wastes his mana, essentially.
Pick me! Well, that's
Okay, okay. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Turn 5, then turn 6. So I finally did the thing. I could kind of say that I know how to play this deck when it shows itself to me. But my god, dude, like, the struggle to get to this point, I don't know if it was worth it. And I swear to god, if you end up playing, like, the 6-drop, the card that clears off of how many cards you have in hand, I swear, of all cards Phylactery's play. Oh, am I just dead? I'd rather just die if you're gonna do it this way. Turn 7 combo. Twitter keeps showing me your tweets, so I figured I'd come back and check out the stream. Oh, it's good, man. Algorithm finally giving me some love. Alright, most of his hand is discounted by 2. We're not out of this game yet. But I feel like if he's waiting this long, it's probably GG. All I need is that 14 HP minion to survive. He had it, but he didn't have it in time. No. No. No! No! We're playing Entitled Customer and Phylactery now? Really? What? Oh my god, dude. I am not destined to win with this deck. I'm just not. Holy crap. Why? And look at my hand. No Edwin? Dude, someone needs to, you know, bake me some cookies or, like, make me, like, someone needs to, like, I need emotional support right now. And I don't know what I need. But what I need is for one person not to have every answer to my boards, dude. That's one thing I know. Ghostly Strike. Come on! I need, like, ETC for Edwin! Oh my...
Not impressed.
I'm suffering, dude. I'm not okay. I need a safe space. Someone call my therapist. Hearthstone is hurting me. It's because I said the card. It's because I said the card. I willed it into existence. I literally willed it into existence, dude. Why am I even... Why am I... I'm waiting for Edwin, that's why. If I had Edwin as a pop... Wait, he built a bomb? That doesn't matter. In fact, that's probably one of the best cards he could have milled. If Phylactery's still at the bottom, wait a minute. I have a chance with Shadowcrafter Scat. If he's doing this, he probably doesn't have it. Like, having the combo. And he's still searching for something. If he has the other one, though... Oh, it's just GG.
I care not for pleasantries.
Yeah. Dude, fucking amazing, dude. How? How do I lose that? How do I lose that? Specifically, if someone is crazy enough to run Entitled Customer and Phylactery again. Which has not been a thing for I don't even know how long. I give up on Vanndar Rogue. Alright? I have suffered enough. I have suffered enough, dude. I am done with this nonsense. It's a headache. It's not worth it. Alright? You guys can finally be happy that I'm not going to bait people. I'm going to tell people to avoid this deck like the plague unless they know what they're doing. This is a big brainer deck, and well, apparently I'm not a big brainer gamer.